Hi, I'm Dan from RealMax Software, and today I'm going to show you what's new this week in RapidWeaver Elements. So we're going to first focus on the grid, and then I'm going to show you a new element we've built. It's a simple element, but I think it's going to be really handy. So let's look at the grid first, and then we'll move on to that. Okay, so I've got this page that I've already set up here, and I'm using a grid. Now I've got three grid items, and they're separated like this. Let me just switch this on. Now we've got a little show grid item here, and if I turn this on, this shows the columns. And I mentioned last week, our grid element is based on a 12 column layout. So you can see the 12 columns there, and this takes up 12, and these two boxes take up 6. So they're split along the row. Now, one feature we've just added is the ability to offset the grid items, and this is kind of fun. And let me show you how that works. So what we want to do is we want to shift this one along here, and I'm going to bump this one down to the next line, and we're going to offset them. So let's go to the grid item, and we've got the column. This is a new option here, column offset. So this is our second grid item, and what I can do, I can just push this across, and you'll notice when I move it a column across, and it's bumped the next one down because it's got no room. So I can do this there, let's move that one to there, and then I can select the column, the grid item below, and we can shift that one a little bit over. Oh, sorry, wrong thing. Let's switch the column offset on, and I can just bump that over. And let me just go back up to this grid item, or the selection in here, and let's put the width on auto on this so it cuts it there. And let me just hide the grid. So you can see this layout is pretty cool. Like we've got essentially 3 grid items, and they were all aligned before and all very orderly, and now we've kind of offset them, and we've got this more of a magazine layout kind of thing going on. You know, it's very flexible to rearrange and offset these things like this. So it's you know, it's quite nice. I can just do that. So that's very cool. And while we're here, one of the other things I wanted to show you is let's have a look here. So we've got this new control type as well. I won't go into all these options today, but this was really to show you the actual control we've built. So this is like a tabbed control, which is a lot nicer here, where before, if I go over to this one, you can see here this hasn't been updated yet, and we've got no icons there, and it's just using these buttons. So all the elements will be updated to have these nice little segmented controls. So those are a few of the little things we've been working on there. But I think this grid offset is really powerful and allows you to do a lot of fun things and a lot of cool layouts that would be really hard to do otherwise, to kind of try and offset these things. So so that's grids. I know we looked at it last week, but you know, we added the offset, so I wanted to show you guys that because I think it's going to be really cool and really handy to use. And now let's flip over to the RealMax site. And I was going to show you a new layer, a new element that we're working on, and that is the layer element. So the layer element allows you to place a layer on the screen. So you can put anything in that. So you could put a container, buttons, text, or an icon, and then you can move it around independently. So let's drop, I'm going to drop, so this is the new element here, so I'm going to drop that in there. So that's a layer, and we're going to need an image. So I've dropped an image in, and now I've prepared an image for this, because what I want to do is I want to put a new badge on here to kind of say RapidWeaver Elements is new. That's the kind of thing I'd want to do on the RealMax site. So this is kind of handy. So what we need to do, I want to make this badge a bit smaller. Let's try 90. Let's go 90. That's a better size. And over here, let's drop our image into the layer there. So now our image is in this layer element, and we've got lots of options here. I'm not going to go over all of them today because these options are in flux and we're still building it. So this is not a finished element, but this is, I wanted to give you a glimpse of what we're making. So I'm going to switch it to that. And what we can do is we can change the position. So this is the horizontal offset, so 50, so you can see it's moved across, and I probably want it a little bit more. We'll try 70. No, that is too far. There we are. I can just use these. And vertical, we want it, let's go -10 because we want it up a little bit. And I can just tweak these here with these until we've got it in the right position, and maybe want that down a little bit more. And what might be nice is to give it a little rotation. So we can do that here with the little rotate option. So this is just a graphic we've dropped in, and we are positioning it with the layer effect. And this is super handy. So it means I don't have to re-export the icon with this badge on it. You know, there's loads of uses for this. It's really very powerful. You know, you can we could have some background images, because what I can do is I can put this in the background, and if I wanted some graphic behind the icon, or maybe I want it behind the text in the banner, then I could move that around and position it. And you can obviously have multiple layers here. I could just drop in another layer and you can build these up. So you can build some really complex things. Let's put that back to the beginning, and you'll notice when I resize, it sticks to its position, which is the top of that icon, and it looks great. So that's the layer element. And as we develop this, I'll show you more of what it can do in future videos. But I kind of wanted to give you, well, a glimpse of what we've been working on this week. And you'll notice in here, this obviously is a new element, and this uses that tabbed control there, which is really nice. And we've got those icons, and that's using SF icons, which is part of macOS. So it all looks native and at home and looks really great. All right, that was just a quick update for this week, and I will be back next week with another update as usual. So I hope you have a good week, and let us know what you think of what we added this week, and I will speak to you soon. All right, thanks a lot. Cheers, bye.